Hello. Hello, hello. Hello.
City's bright, Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. City's bright, Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. City's bright, Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. City's bright, Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hurts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright, Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat, can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hurts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright, Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat, can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hurts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright, Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat.
Hello everyone, welcome to game 7 of Last Chance Qualifiers. On your screen, we have Insikan playing Chancellor Justin, popularly called Jaja.
Okay, so this is the 7th round, the penultimate round of the last chance qualifier, and immediately we see Insikan playing Quiver for 56 points. Now it's back to Justin with a rank of JUHKHDP.
All right, we're seeing playing KIT beneath Quiver. Pretty standard move. The J can't do a lot right now. You can see over in Insikan's rack, there are no vowels.
Whatsoever. I think, do you think it might change or?
But I'm guessing he's probably thinking of playing something like length through the E in Quiver. That runs through a couple of tiles. Or you could keep things a bit shorter and play TAHR through the A in Quiver. That also forms Keith, KITH. And that's cost 20.
Yeah, that's cause more.
And once again, leaving GLNT, you're always open to pick an I to, make an ING bingo. Or, just generally better tiles to play bingo at as the game commences.
Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Okay, we're seeing La come down.
All right, he's having the same idea as playing CA at the same spot, but I'm guessing he's not saying that right now. And he's opting for LAH, keeping RGNCT.
And that has been committed for 17 points. Back to Justin, we have UNDRS and JA. And quickly we see JA coming down.
Yes, for 31 points, I believe.
Yeah, 31 points. Insikan has a rack of RO Rotten. I think there's a commentator jinx coming because most of the things you're saying do happen. So Rotten is coming down quickly from Insikan.
Imagine going from not having any vowel, playing just two consonants LH, and coming down with a bingo. This must be very exciting for Insikan.
Absolutely. So Rotten for 82 points. And I see Justin as the first blank of the game with a rack of UNDRIS blank. And I think we should be expecting another bingo this turn. A whole lot of options here. Might decide to hook the S to the Quiver and play maybe Sunbird or play Insured. Either ways, he has a whole lot of options to choose from. So we are definitely going to see a bingo coming through. I see him arranging Insured.
And I'm sure any bingo he plays is going to hook Quiver. He just needs to ensure he plays a bingo that doesn't expose too much for his opponents.
Insured is pretty standard.
But the thing with
All right, sorry about the little break in transmission there. So we've seen after Rothin, we saw Insured, then you came down and Udia. Now it's back to Justin with a rack of LY Ho Hey Hi Hen Har. I think okay, a pretty sneaky spot if you can find it would be to play Rainy just below Rotten, overlapping Rotten, Rainy
wow,
for 45 points. Wow.
wow, that would be an interesting find. It would form JORKATATIIN and NY. Rainy underneath that spot for 45 points would be an amazing find.
Yeah.
Will Jaja from Zambia be able to find this move?
Another option would be to play Lion just at that same spot for 32 points, leaving ARY.
Yeah, I wonder what he's thinking now. He's probably looking at the J spot there. He knows there would be some scoring options there. The only issue is finding the right play there.
Exactly. Also, through the hair of Rotten, he can play royally, coming down to the triple lane for 27 points, leaving ANR.
All right, we see you guys in the chat. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining in, this is the seventh game of the last chance qualifier. We have Insikan from Nigeria going against Jaja from Zambia.
Yeah, absolutely. Lion could be spotted easily. So
All right, we see him taking his time. I'm sure he has a gut feeling here that he has a lot of options to score high scoring points. The only issue here is can he find this
but
place?
exactly.
I'm sure the moment he sees Rainy fitting in perfectly under Rotten, he would waste no time playing that move. But
Absolutely.
Lion is still a standard play here, and I'm hoping he can see either of those moves.
Wow, we see we are coming down instead at the same spot. That what a miss.
All right, RIA underneath there. He obviously understands that that's the spot on this board to score a lot of points, but
Yeah.
opting for RIA might not be the best option, but still scores quite well.
Okay, back to Instacam with AGECOPE.
If they were floating S, this would have played a newly added word. I would see if anybody in the chat could see what word this would have played. AGEECOP plays to a floater. It's not on the board presently, but it's one of those words that were just added to the CSW lexicon. All right, we see Intican going for a G booking area.
Okay, and it's back to Justin with MOLLYEN.
All right, here we are going to see a test of word power because a move like MYELON plays next to YOU for 36 points. But unfortunately, we see Justin is unable to find that and he settles for MOLY. Yes, we see in the chat, geospace is the word.
Absolutely correct. Now, Instacam is having PVCOWED.
With the look of the board, he would not be having a lot of options that he would like because most of his options would be underneath the OIDIA, and that would be
Yeah.
exposing way too many things for the opponent. He could play something like Wove underneath the A in OIDIA, but that exposes the E to the triple line. No way in the world is he going to play that. Other options for him is just to keep it simple and play Wove, Okin, Y, the Y in YOU. I think
For
that's
same points.
yes, I think that's pretty reasonable. It keeps CDP, which sorry, yeah, it keeps
Yes,
CDP,
CDP.
which I mean doesn't retain a vowel, but still just go for your point and hope for the best.
All right, let's see what he comes up with. Okay, we might be getting something different here. So I
Yeah,
think he's going for
Booking KITHE. That's interesting. This leaves PVWD. I'm very surprised by this move. PVWD, even if you pick vowels with this, it's still very clunky.
exactly.
So I'm surprised what the thought process is here, but still, he's leaving the board closed up. He doesn't want to open any easy opportunities for the opponent, so that's understandable.
All right, back to Justin with WELLREN. This looks kind of synergic, but I don't see any possible bingo. And his top scoring move would be to play just in between Oidia and Ore.
All right, so we see NEWIE fits in between the E in Ore and the I in Oidia. That would score 26 points, but it's a pretty tough find. So it's
Yeah, very sneaky one.
yes, it's totally reasonable. He's playing WE to the left hand side of the board and keeping things close.
All right, WE committed for 22 points. Back to Insikan with the same. Now he's been able to pick just one vowel.
It's still very clunky towels.
Very
I'll be
clunky.
surprised if he doesn't swap in this turn. This is PVWDEBT. His options are so limited. The same sport Justin could have played New in last turn. He could play PEWIT there, but still leaving BDEV. Well, maybe he could still weather the storm and pick favorable towers next turn. So I'm curious to see what he will do here.
Yeah. Personally, I might just exchange, but if he's able to spot that sneaky position, he might just go for Pewit.
Um,
Okay, we see something coming. Teddy instead. That same position.
I think
Teddy,
these players understand where the scoring are in this board.
exactly.
They know the exact spots where they need to play. The only issue is finding just that perfect move, which is very difficult. So that's the spot he could have played the PEWIT, but instead he plays PEDI. And we can see his draw after that is just horrendous.
At some point, it might just have to change.
Yes.
Now with Justin having RELLINE.
You can see he's still keeping things close. He's leaving his tiles very balanced. He simply plays EL, looking EWE and EEL. Doesn't score too much, but his tiles are very balanced, they're flexible, and he's just still hopeful for
All
a
right.
draw.
We see a pass from we see an exchange from Isikan.
Yeah.
Very much expected.
Yes. And see, Jaja has picked
Oh my god.
the second blank rather of this game. And I'm sure he's wasting no time to play online if I were to guess.
Yeah, might be seeing online now coming through.
All right, now this is a scary move because there are still three S's on scene and onliners there. In fact, looking at Intikan's rack, he is going to reply with this very heavily. A simple move like Zines is devastating there, and who knows, he could even have a bingo with this rack.
Yeah, I think Justin might be considering that and he picked his style back up. And
True.
let's see what he plays instead.
The thing is, regardless of any bingo he plays underneath the wine molly, there is going to be the threat of adding an S to that word. So
Absolutely. Now I see Aliaron being arranged.
it really makes no difference on Liner, Eloina, Eleanor, they can all be pluralized. So, but he's definitely going to take his time and make sure he's not missing anything. All right, and I'm sure he has done his due diligence. He has assessed and saying there are no bingos he can play that would know who can guess, so he might as well just go for it. And he's arranging Alerion, I believe.
Okay, Aliaron for 62 points. Okay, he's still having a bit of doubt or is not
Yeah.
sure what to
I
do.
think he's worried about the overlap at this point, the underlap rather, of what his opponent can play underneath as soon as he's done playing. So he knows onliner earlier on they all take S, but still he's trying to limit
He's
how
worried
much
about
points can be scored under.
underneath.
I'm sure
Okay.
Intikan is so glad to see this move. Not the bingo itself, but the fact that he can play a word like ZINES, looking on liners for so much points.
So we might be seeing Zines coming through, Zines, and this cost massively excel.
Yes, Zines there is 82 points. Imagine scoring a bingo of your own.
Or just 60.
Yeah, for just 60 points thereabout, and someone plays a five-letter word reply, scoring 20 points more than you. But I think after a move like Zines, the game is going to be very, very interesting because now the triple lane is available to the right and be on underneath onliners. That spot is also open. So
Exactly.
I think we'll be seeing some scoring as soon as this move is made.
So he does have signs arranged on his rack, but yet to commit.
Yeah, I'm curious what he's thinking about. Maybe I don't know. This seems like the obvious move. Maybe Zanes or Zines, either of those two. Score your 82 points and hope to pick some favorable tiles.
He's probably thinking about what he might be giving back to his opponents with the new
True.
open lane to the triple.
Yeah. I just have to hope that okay, even if he plays to the triple lane to the right, then you'll be able to reply underneath one liner after that move.
Yeah.
And as you can see from Justin's rack, anything that is played is going to have a solid reply after Zines. I'm quite sure of that. All right, so I think what is considering is if he should play Zines or Zanes. You can see he has arranged both on his rack and it's just
Yeah. Both scored the same
yes,
points.
yes. But
Let's
these little
see.
nuances could matter sometimes, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's why he was taking his time. So we see Zanes coming down instead for 82 points, leaving RT, and that has been committed. Now it's back to Justin with WADEOGS. Okay, in the newly opened lane, if you play waged, scoring about 40 plus points, or just beneath the onliners, you could play Wood, WOAD, same point.
And the thing is, Intikan still hasn't committed his move.
He's yet to commit.
And a part of him feels like the decision between Zines and Zanes could really
Matter.
matter at the end of this game. But the thing is, with Zines, it's actually easier to play a parallel play to the right because all you need is just a vowel, consonant, which is
Exactly.
very common to play.
Okay, so I he went for Zines instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless, wage will still come down for 44 on that lane. Oof, the draw for Intikan here is not something he wants to see. Just a move before he exchanged all consonants, and here he is again with just consonants on his rack. I'm sure he must feel pretty down about that, but it's the game, it's unpredictable, and that's why we love it.
Exactly. So either way, you could still play weights at that same spot,
Yes,
same point, or wood underneath onliners for the same point, 44.
and the irony is we are most likely going to see Justin cashing on the spots next to the Z, and as soon as Intikan exchanges, Justin might still play underneath the N in onliners, scoring another massive point there. All Intikan has to bank on now is as soon as he exchanges, what is his draw going to be? Because that draw is really, really going to matter.
Definitely. So we might be saying waste.
Yes. I know this opens up another lane on the board for an easy 7.
Seven. Yeah.
For anyone following the tiles left in the bag, you would see there are only five vowels left, in fact. So the bag is very consonant heavy. Luckily for Justin, is retaining an O. So even if he picks all consonants, he can still find his way around this game. But for Intikan, he just had to pick all the he just had to pick all consonants and he couldn't pick any vowels in his last draw. So I want to see if yes, I had the feeling he would still want to score some points and would not want to exchange.
I mean, we've seen something like this earlier on in this game, so I'm not surprised from
Yes.
Mexico.
Or if it was tracking and looking at the tile pool, there really isn't enough vowels for him. With just playing two tiles, the chances of him picking any vowel is
Very
so
slim.
slim. And as you can see, Justin picked an additional vowel after the play of waged with VTHSOD.
Couple options here would be to play either hook just by the left of waist with the E hooking the W and D hooking A for 28 points, leaving ST.
Yes, or what he has arranged right now, voted that conditions the board a bit more,
Exactly.
make sure there is no way Intikan just comes with a bingo from nowhere.
From nowhere. Because HOVED could take S for shoved.
True. He could set up the hoved for himself. That's true.
Yeah.
Playing hoved, he set up his S. But I'm curious to see what he would do for this turn.
You might want to keep it nice and tight by playing voted and just, you know,
I
sealing his
think
win.
if Justin recognizes that the vowels in the bag are extremely few because from his POV there is only A, E, and O left in the bag. So I think it would be wise to just do something like DO underneath onliners. What does this do? It still keeps his E in case he needs to play somewhere else on the board in the next turn, and is sure that with how the tile pool looks, there isn't a lot of scoring options for Intikan.
And
So
that's exactly what we're saying.
yes, he doesn't have to worry about the lane for a bingo or anything. Just go for your points and keep your vowel.
All right. That's a really nice observation. Moving on to Instacan with all consonants, and I'm very curious to see what you will do here.
Yeah, I see someone in the chat suggesting playing hoped to set up a lane for show. Yes, that's very
Yeah.
reasonable. But once again, with the tile pool, what are the chances is going to pick vowels alongside that ST leave? So playing Dio, I think, is a very good recognition of the imbalance in the tiles currently. And he's even having a fantastic pool. He picks he has HEAVEST. That means he only picked vowels after his last two moves. That's just incredible. Meanwhile, Insikan here is stuck with
Yeah, pretty
very clunky
unfortunate
vowel
for Instagram.
consonants.
But again, we see he's finding his way with that cloth.
And the thing is, after this move, he can no longer exchange because the tiles left in the bag would be less than seven. So this was his only opportunity to
To
exchange
exchange,
tiles.
actually. Now, cloth has been committed for 13 points.
You can see Justin is wasting no time playing vet, making sure that that lane is completely blocked. And the fantastic thing about this move is he's retaining two vowels. We can't stress how important that is at this point of the game. He could have played something like THEAVE scoring 45 there, which is very tempting, but with the X on saying, I don't think that would be necessary. Just bet there is pretty standard. Intikan plays pants. He eventually finds a vowel on his rack and he scores pretty decently.
23 points. All right. So now Justin has HEASFOB.
I think this is going to be an interesting end game. The thing is, Intikan is on 385 and Justin is on 381. And now Justin recognizes that Intikan has FNMSX. The tiles Justin has are very flexible. You can easily score points on this board and just find a way to finish in the next turn. So even though Intikan has the X, I don't think you can do a lot of damage with it right now.
At all. You might just probably want to drop the X for Pox.
All right, now after the move of FOH, even if he plays POX, which is his top choice, there is really no hope of winning this game. With the leave of BASE from Justin, he can easily go out with BAES and SCUT, hooking Scott on the board.
I guess we could say this is a done game for
Yes.
Justin. Do you think his choice of retaining some certain consonants affected his rack up until this point? That's for Insikan.
I mean, it did change during the game, so I understand why he's reluctant to exchange again, but it's just the way the game is. We can't deny the fact that Justin had incredible pulls. Playing DO to pick EA from a tile pool that was very consonant heavy was just amazing. So there isn't much Insikan could have done sincerely. But yeah, maybe an exchange earlier could have changed the dynamics of the game.
Exactly.
And so I believe it's Insikan's turn, probably doing some analysis. Where can Justin finish? But regardless of what happens, the FXSMN can't really do much on this board. The thing is, even if Justin doesn't go out with BAES, he can still easily win this game. He has options such as SCAX after Intikan plays POX. So there really isn't anything he can do. All he just has to do is minimize the spread at this point, play out the X, and allow the opponent to play anything they want to.
Yeah.
On this level, I believe a move like SCUT is something Justin is definitely going to see. So I understand why Intikan is taking his time, looking through if there could be a winning sequence. But I mean, BAES on this board is too flexible. So
Definitely. Must be really frustrating for him. I think having a vowel here at least would might have helped the solution a bit.
already a quick look at the standings. We've had quite a roller coaster since morning. At the start of today's games, two Kenyans were comfortably leading the top three in this pool. However, we have Daniel Machanje currently on sixth position, and Philip Mutinda has dropped down to 13th. Right now, we have the Nigerians dominating the top 10. Timmy Woko is on 7 wins, We have next in second position is Ojo on 6 wins and 1 loss. There is still one more game to go after this, and we'll see if there are any upsets from the players in the top 10 currently.
Okay, so I see Instacan made the move of box
Yes.
and is back to Justin. So I believe you can easily finish with the move of base. Yes, open the court for
Yeah, but he
Scott.
chooses to elongate the game a bit more, plays sex,
Oh,
scores,
interesting.
scores considerably well, keeps BA, and still finish in the next third.
All right, Sex is committed for 25 points.
At this point, Inscan has no choice but to just plunk down the F somewhere, and there is the ID around where Z is. So just play FID for 7 points.
Yeah, very limited choices for him. Or you could play Fem. Hooking is M to FE. But I think playing out the F is considerably better at this point.
Yeah. He misses it though, plays OF. It's understandable, it's the end of the game. Justin is already leading comfortably, so it is not much he can do.
So OF for 5 points. And Justin is left with BA.
The interesting thing is we are yet to see an end to this game because BA still doesn't finish anywhere on this board. I think Justin just wants to slowly play out the end game, squeeze out as many points as he wants. So he plays BID for 6 points. All right, so for Eric asking in the chat, this game is nearly over. There is still just one more move to be made by Intikan, and then Justin would most likely go out on the last turn. For the tournament, this is the seventh round, and there's one more round to go after this. So make sure you hang tight and watch out for the players that are going to make it into the main event starting tomorrow.
All right, with MS left some Instacart track. I think playing Fem.
Yeah, just playing out the M, keep it simple, and then the A can finish.
Yeah.
In the standings earlier, we saw Wenwa Akinyi from Kenya had been having an interesting run. She was slowly creeping in into the top 10 spots, but currently she's on 12th position. And hopefully, if she wins her last game, she would manage a spot into the main events tomorrow. She's someone I'm low key rooting for actually.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the game. I think Instacart played Fem and Justin finished with the A underneath just beside BRR.
Yes, and with this win, Jaja remains undefeated alongside Timmy Woko, who hasn't dropped a game in this tournament. However, with the spread difference, Timmy Woko is going to maintain the first position, and Justin is going to creep in slowly into the second position. We can say for a fact that these players are going to feature tomorrow because even if they lose their last game after this, they are still going to remain in the top 10.
All right. What an end to a beautiful game, and that brings us to the end of round 7. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere while we bring you the ultimate round of the last chance qualifier.
Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away. Sun is up, the city's bright. Accra calling day and night. We've got the letters, we've got the score, knocking right upon your door. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Can you handle this massive beat? Akwaaba, Akwaaba, to the golden coast. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, WESPAC is the host. Oh, Akwaaba, Akwaaba, the drums are talking now. Akwaaba, Akwaaba, let's take a final bow. 7 tiles, 1,000 words, the cleverest minds, the happiest hearts from far away.
Okay, welcome back, guys. So we're now at the final round of the last chance qualifier here at Ghana. So now it's been an intense run, and I've had an amazing time running commentary with Excel. We've seen different countries from Nigeria, Zambia, all being strong, and now we're streaming the table eight. We have table six. We have Akombidipo and Kwame Hagel. Now on the standings, they are both at 11th and 12th position. And from these standings, they are only going to pick 9 players at the end of the day. So I would like to assume this is a very crucial game, and whoever wins might make it to that spot for tomorrow's main event. So stay tuned and be ready to be blown away.
All right, if you're in the chat, you're rooting for the Ghanaian, or you're rooting for your fellow Nigerian, make sure you drop a like or you drop your flag. The players are getting set to slug it out, and let's see who makes it into the main event tomorrow.
Okay, and the game is on. With Kwame going first, he has a rack of
CIRTODN. All right, he has plays like DITTO available on the first turn. He could choose to play really short, maybe just TOD leaving RINT seems solid, but at the same time, we could play longer, play 5 letter word, DITTO, go into the bag and pick mortals.
okay. I think we're seeing Thor coming down for 8 points, leaving INRT.
All right, Akombi Depot has BAITHIN. I believe this is in habit, and it's going to drop on this turn.
For 75 points. If he plays it just underneath Todd or above, either way it works. Same points.
And I believe he has spotted the move and he chooses to play it above Todd, which is understandable because if he plays it below, then it exposes the eye for what's like maybe Gregs to play across the triple lane. I would score way too much. So this is a bit safer. The only thing has to worry about are powers like F and then with like IF playing into the triple world ball. This is still understandable. Inhabit scores 75. The scores are Akobi's 75 to Kwame's 8.
All right. So we might be seeing another bingo from Kwame.
And this is going to be really tough. His top choices are 9 letter words. I would like to see if anybody in the chat can point out a 9 letter
letter.
word from the BO.
So other choice will be to play through the end of inhabit, which is either intender or intend.
Yes, which we can see he has rightfully seen those moves. But if he wants to, go fancy or anything, he could play the 9 letter word, which I'm low-key rooting for him to see. But still, intent is pretty solid here.
Okay. So intend in T is for 68 points. All right, back to the poll. We have JAWBOCE on his rack, and his top choice will be to play Jabots through the T of intend to the triple word.
That scores 48 points, leaving CEW. All right, we are seeing some analysis from someone in the chat. And then it's a bit unpredictable since those who are going to qualify are only 9 out of this 46. And currently this is table six. So depending on the wins, the spreads from those in the top eight currently, it's going to be pretty tough to determine if Akabi Dipo or Kwame is going to make it into the top nine. But I mean, let's just focus on this game, see how both players are going to play out this game.
Okay, so Dipo is yet to make a move. Aside Jabot, he could also play Daud, which is not standard to me.
Yes, the rest of his options would be exposing the J to the triple if he plays JAWED or JOWED. So I think spotting Jabot here is a bit crucial because I'm not saying very any play that jumps out to me aside that. And if he wants to keep the J for the next turn, he could opt for BICE. He could cash in on that C above the H in inhabit and play BICE there.
Yeah, that scores about 34 points, leaving AJOW.
Yes, which can still do some damage in his next turn.
Exactly.
You can see him taking his time. He has saying JAWED, but I'm sure he's worried about the consequence of that when his opponent plays through the J4 to the triple. And as we can see from Kwame's rack, if Deepo plays that, he would have no response whatsoever. And yes, as we predicted, he wants to keep the J for the next turn, just play the dice and move on.
So Kwame is having all consonants right now. CNTSLSR.
Thankfully, the E in intern is still open to play through, so he would have
Maybe
options, yes, like cells.
sense.
I think we are seeing a. Okay, I thought there was a challenge there, but I doubt it. All right, so it's Kwame's turn now, and I'm sure he's fixated on the E, just wondering if it should play Celt and keep the S, because the moment he adds the extra S to Celt, his opponent knows for sure that he's keeping another S on his rack ball.
Yeah, it's going for that either ways. So
Yes,
16 points, leaving NSR committed.
yeah, and that gives him more chances to pick a vowel. All right, we see Dipo. It's JOWANHU.
Now, at that same spot where he could have played Jabot, he could play Jones for 45. But I think we're getting Joan. I think he hasn't really noticed that spot. Do you think it's because of that BI
Yeah,
that's kind of
now that the BI is there, it makes it slightly harder to see. Okay, you can play BIN and JUNT, but for Dipo, I think these are standard plays and it's something you can see any day, anytime.
okay? I think we might be seeing Jones. Exactly.
He finally sees the move, and HOW is very strong. So he scores 45 points, leaving really good tiles. And we see Kwame with RENISRS.
We're definitely getting a bingo here.
Yes, 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 we are. Currently, the scores are Dipo's 154 to Kwame's 92. And after a bingo of something like Winsers, who can inhabit, is going to take the lead.
Okay.
If you're in the charts once again and you're rooting for the Nigerian Dipo, you could drop a flag or leave a comment. And if you're rooting for the Ghanaian Kwame to make it into the spot for the main event tomorrow, make sure you leave a comment in the chat.
Right. He's choosing to play his Windsors in such a way that he exposes the triple triple.
Really shocked by this play because he could slide that down a bit and still play Rinsers Okane in habit ball without exposing the triple triple or the I next to the triple word score. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting placement, and I think he's not calming himself down enough to see he can just play the exact same word by moving the tiles down.
I mean, this is the last round. There must be issues of like maybe fatigue and then
True,
pressure, and
true.
that might have affected his decision. So I think we are seeing rinsers in that.
I'm curious to see. All right, now with that play, Biko is going to have what like ragworm available to him.
Yeah, truly have
Yes, and
rinsers.
this is exactly what we're talking about. Without that R floating on the triple, a 48 points play would not have been available for Biko. But now he has even other options like Haru,
Yeah,
HARROW,
Amaru.
scoring 39.
Yeah. Either way, you score above 30 points in this turn.
We're going to see Biko take his time. I'm sure he has cited words like Haru, but seeing something like Ragworm would be exactly what he wants, leaving just H and giving him as much chance to pick any of the blanks left.
And scoring significantly higher.
Yes.
So I see Kwame has picked the first blank of the game.
For anyone who has been following Diko in his last game, he was said to miss a stellar play of SQUEEZE. He instead opted for SNEEZE, scoring way less. So it's understandable if there's a lot of fatigue, from the traveling to playing the LCQ, playing 7 games all day. But I think if he's calm enough and looks at the board very well, he can find his top choices.
KNC is yet to make a move on this turn.
Yeah.
What do you think is possibly running through his mind?
Yeah. The thing is, as much as his rats might look clunky, the fact that there are words ending with gram, or he could play something worm, it's probably thinking there could be a really obscure bingo here. And even in the absence of that, as we already know, he has a word like ragwam available for him. So I think he has the feeling that there is a high scoring word he can play here, but he just can't place his finger on it.
I think we're seeing something different here.
Yes, is opting for HOAR, rage. I mean, keeping WGM is not what he wants right now. A play like Harrow would have been a lot better, but he opts for HOAR.
For 37 points, leaving WGM.
Scores well, but he really needs incredible pulls to make his styles a lot better right now. All right, we see Kwame with UMPYLA. These are one of the tiles you see, and you're wondering, there has to be something here. You're thinking to the J, maybe there's a really high scoring play here, or the A, or even a 9 letter word through the HION or AS.
And there is a 9 letter word through the ON of Boa and
Yes.
Rinsers, which
Prior
is
to Deepa's move, there was no bingo available. Oh, the play hasn't been committed.
oh,
That's interesting.
interesting.
All right, we see Deepo is still thinking things through. I'm sure in his mind he knows there is something here he could play that is a lot better than HOAR. If he simply sports Haru, I think that's very standard play here.
Okay, we might be seeing Harrow.
All right. Is going for MHORR leaving WAG.
Oh, MHOR.
All right, this scores 30 points, and I think WAG is a much better lead than WMG would have kept
Yeah.
in the previous option. So,
And I think he didn't want to leave that triple lane still
yes,
open. So he missed Arrow and Ragor.
true. So, unfortunately, we will not be seeing the word like
Luminary.
luminary years coming down if the ON was available. All right, we see Kwame looking through his options like Yom. I think he wants to play that underneath MH in MHORR.
I think we could play Young, scoring significantly more by 34
True,
points.
true. All right, he opts for Yom, keeping the P. Maybe he's worried about his draws after that and just wants to play 3 tiles so his rack doesn't get overblown.
I think he did see Young, but he
Yes.
placed back the Peter.
Yes.
Okay, Yom has been committed for 27 points, leaving ALP blank.
All right.
Back to the call, we have OGEEWAE.
All right, the tiles are getting a bit ugly for Deepo right now, but he still has a couple of options. One of the top choices would be WOOSE through the S in Rinsers. That leaves a leave of AGE, which can go quite well with adrenal tiles. But it goes for SWE, still going for the same idea of playing out as much goals as he can and letting go of that W.
Okay, interesting choice. So SWEE committed for 21 points, leaving.
AOGE.
He came back to Kwame with
IT
FLAPIT.
blank.
Okay, we might be seeing a bingo here.
Yeah, let's see if anyone in the chat can spot this. We can see Kwame arranging one on the rack already.
For yeah,
There is a bingo that scores 80.
very interesting was this
Yes.
flip it. Okay,
Uh, Flip it would make the P on the double letter score, and that would score 80 points overall. Pitfalls, it's not a bad choice at all. That scores 76.
yeah.
All right, we see him taking his time. I'm sure he's thinking of something like plaintiff, or that would probably be like a 9 letter word or something. So as soon as he looks through his options and sees, okay, pitfalls is pretty decent, I think he would go for it.
Yeah, scores about 76 points.
Yes.
Enough to keep him in the lead.
I think if I were Kwame, I would be so fixated on the E in Sweet because the power combinations look like you would have a word ending with E and you can play to the triple.
Yeah, that might explain why he's yet to play
True.
pitfalls.
All right, we see him making up his mind and going for pitfalls. We believe the blank designation would be L. I'm curious if we will see a challenge from Deepo. I mean, it's a pretty common word, but in Scrabble, you might doubt if certain words are valid or not. So I'm curious to see if there'll be any challenge for this move, especially with the fact that Kwame spent some time, and yeah, that sometimes give the opponent a hint that okay, maybe this player wasn't sure of playing this word. So let's see what happens. All right, Deepak confirms the blank designation and records Kwame's score.
So moving on to Deco with the rack of Vagoexi. I think he's playing pretty quickly. Standard choice of Vox for 39 points, leaving AEGI.
You know, if Woos was played in the previous turn,
Yeah, it would
the
have prevented
pitfalls, yes,
people.
flip it would have so come down to the E of Sui, or it would not score as much as the 76 for pitfalls. So Vox comes down quickly, leaving AGIE, and we see Kwame has found the second blank in this game.
Interesting.
Although he only picks one vowel, he has PEDG blank KL.
Hey, a bit clunky, even with the K, even with the blank.
I think one thing he'll be looking to do is keep the E by all means and just dump the K and G somewhere, or the K and P. You can
Yeah.
see he has separated the P and K. Maybe hoping to play kept through the E in interned.
Okay, that would be a very nice find if you can play through the E of
They
intent.
are forming Bing and KEP.
Yeah. Same spot you could also play cake, but I think we are seeing something different.
All right, he's going for geek instead. He wants to keep the board short, and that's understandable. The E's in Sui are very tempting to play bingo with, and it's understandable why he wants to start doctoring the board and make sure no bingos come at the end of the game.
All right, Geek has been committed for 19 points and is back to Deepo.
And we're yet to see Deepo place his tiles on his rack, and I'm sure he will do that in a minute. Oh, we are seeing EU Gary's come down. Interesting, even with the geek move that was played to block the floaters, EU Gary's still managed to squeeze into the board.
For 66 points.
Yes, and that sort of even things out. Kwame is on 291, Deepo is on 310, and with Kwame playing next, he could either catch up or play bingo and go further into this game.
With the blank, I think we might see a bingo coming through. Okay, Henfold has a 7 on his rack.
Yes, that would play with BOP and IDE, straight 7 underneath third. Curious to see if Kwame can find this move, and if he can't, he has pretty decent options such as the lobe through the E in Ugaris. So let's see what he comes up with. All right, we see you, Victor, in the chat. For context, this is the last game of the last chance qualifier, and we can see Kwame and Deepo here on stream, hoping to snatch a spot in the top nine to make it to play in the main event starting tomorrow. All right, we can see Kwame taking his time. I'm sure he has a feeling that there has to be a bingo here. I mean, the A in Jones looks very promising.
Yeah.
Even the R in intern looks very enticing, but his best bet here is to play a 7-letter word, pen, fold, making his blank F. All right, we see he's taking his time. He has spotted, plunged, but there is no spot for that on this board. He just needs to keep shuffling his tiles and open penfold pops up to him. The interesting thing is if Kwame does win this game with enough points and makes it into the top nine, he's going to be the only Ghanaian from the last chance qualifier to make it into the main event. There were 21 Ghanaians competing in this last chance qualifier, and Kwame is the only Ghanaian that has made it to the top of the standings. So hopefully he wins this game and is able to feature in the main event. But of course, Deepo too wants that spot as badly, and I'm sure he's going to fight for it in this game.
Exactly. Okay, Kwame is still taking his time on this track and is yet to make a move. Is yet to make a move, and I think it's found it.
He almost did it just now. He was so
Oh,
close to arranging penfold. But seeing the word is one thing and being sure of it is another thing. You might see it and think, oh, it's probably just a chaff I read somewhere or something. So, all right. You see, he's still taking his time. Engineer Dickball looks bored and just waiting for Kwame to play his move, and he plays his own move
but
too.
what do you think about Engineer Diko's style of kicking? He tends to just
Yeah,
put
he's showing us a sneak peek into his seventh house, just showing us three and keeping the
exactly
remaining
because
four for
he
himself.
shocked us with that last move.
Yeah. Oh, we see someone in chat pointing out that he's so close to Pondoral, yes, but the R is not where he wants it to be. I sincerely get why Kwame is spending so much time. If it were to be me, that is all I would be thinking of. I'll be wondering how doesn't this rack play to that A in Jones? Wow, he sees. Oh, he was so close. I thought he was going to arrange pen fold. Now he's probably playing end pull.
Would this be the first funny we are seeing in this game?
Yes, I'm sure Deepo is going to waste no time challenging that off the board. End poll is invalid. mentioned that he's playing end pole. Deepo's expression is so comical to me right now. Okay, we see him arrange the rest of his tiles and then proceeds to challenge this play. As expected, I mean, end pole looks too weird or obscure to leave on this board. All right, now that we are seeing the rest of Deepo styles, we see AGAAOQE. All right, we are seeing a bit of controversy on stream, and I'm sure the tournament director would sort things out as soon as possible. All right, we are seeing a bit of drama unfold, but I'm sure the tournament directors will have this sorted in no time.
Okay, we're not exactly sure what is unfolding here, but there's a bit of a drama, but we're hoping it will be sorted soon. So stay with us. Okay, I think we may be seeing a challenge. Maybe they're having a challenge. And yeah, unfortunately, like we said earlier, end poll is a phony and we don't know exactly what drama ensued, but that has been sorted out. So back to Deepo, he played cards, wasting no time.
All right, with that move, Penfold is still available for Kwame, but will he be able to spot it this time? All right, we're seeing play Plonk, retaining ED blank.
All right, Plonk coming down for 17 points. And it's back to Dikko with OAAGEIO.
With only one consonant here, the G. All right, current scores we have Kwame on 308 to Dikko's 322. So I guess he can still afford to maybe exchange or just play shots towards here like Gajo exactly. Still maintaining his lead, but keeping only vowels here and hoping to pick some consonants in the bag. I think the whole point of that move was to block the A in Jones, which looked very easy to play bingo through.
All right, Kwame has a rack of FODEND blank. And it could play right beside Plonk that I just played, which is field for 27 points, leaving DN blank. Another option might be an obscure spot.
All right, he has MUFF available. The whole point of this play is just to play the F and keep DNEDO blank. But you see him go for OF and FE atop you guys.
Okay, back to Deepo. He has a rack of AIRAEIO. I think he picked more vowels than just a single consonant.
And I think we're seeing going for an exchange, which is very reasonable because most of his plays either score too little or exposes too much for his opponents. He retains RAE and goes into the bag hoping to pick the blank, the Z, or other goodies available. We see Kwame with ENDOWD blank. I think he arranged to endowed just now, but there would be no spot for that. One of his options is to keep things tight with Deepol's exchange. Now he can play something like OW for 19 to catch up and still wait for an opportunity to bingo later in this game.
And just through Jones, the A in Jones, he could play Wado for scoring more points, 21, leaving EN blank.
Oh, we're seeing an interesting choice here. So I'm sure he's tracking and he sees that there are three E's available and three A's still on scene, but banking on picking those tiles and playing just DE seems a bit worrisome if you ask me.
Yeah. Okay, back to Deepo. He has a rank of RAVEZEL. Okay, if he's willing to use a Z in this turn, it could play Zea, ZEA, just right beside Plonk for 32 points, leaving ELVR. Now, he could decide to leave his Z for this turn and play Veril through the E of Rinsers and the V hooking the IDE for Vide. So we're seeing something similar, but not exactly. I'm seeing Vera here from him.
Yeah, that's an interesting play. Vera takes no back hook, so he doesn't have to worry about what's like Vera's or anything.
Okay, Vera committed for 21 points. Are we getting a challenge?
I think we are. All right, that's going to be an additional 5 points for Dikbo. All right, we can see there's a lot of tension right now. Both players are trying desperately to make sure they win this game, and Kwame doesn't want to take any chances. The moment he doubts that Vera is valid, he's going to challenge it and see if it's valid or not.
Okay, so we are seeing an additional 5 marks because Vera is indeed correct.
Kwame's rack, you see UNWOOD blank. Usually, there are a lot of words ending with WOOD. In fact, it has not wood right now or on wood on UNWOOD. But with the shape of the board, there is no way bingo is coming down right now, which is what makes this Vera move especially impressive because the right hand side of the board is becoming more and more blocked as Kwame recognizes that now and plays LOWN, setting up a lot of or a couple of back hooks to this move because LOWN takes D, it takes the E, and it takes the S.
All right, back to Depo. He has a rack of AIALZER. A couple of options here might be to play Juarez through the W.
Yes, with the last move of Kwame,
Yeah,
Juarez is now
Juarez is the
available
top
for
move
people.
for 54 points, leaving a high hill. Another option might be to play Zania through the hen of Lawn. Either ways, he should be able to score above 50 with these two options.
True, true, true. But still, Depo has to be very careful. He knows there's still one black on scene. Even if he goes for Juarez, what if Kwame bingos out? So there are only
Exactly.
2 tiles left in the bag, and Depo wants to make sure he's analyzing this game as well as he can. Personally, I think LOWN was a very fantastic move. Might not be the computer's top choice, but it adds some nuance to the game because now Depo has to really worry about that spot. And we remember that Kwame add the D to hook LOWN, so he doesn't even have to designate his blank as an E or S. All right, we've gotten a sneak peek of what Kwame has. He has EUOYID, and from that rack, he would not be able to draw or play a 7 letter bingo. But here's the thing now, there are 2 tiles left. If Depo wants to play out one tile because he's worried about an out bingo from Kwame, that gives Kwame one more chance to fish for a bingo. So I think we'll be seeing a very interesting end game. Kwame is on 357 to Depo's 316.
Going neck to neck. So meanwhile, the players are reconciling. So every move matters here, like a lot. So both players are going to have to take their time to make sure they are making the best decision.
True. We see some conversations going in the chat about who I was rooting for looking in this tournament. The Kenyan female who has been maintaining top 10 for most of the game. And someone is suggesting perhaps a wild card since she's the only female most likely going to make the top 9, but I mean that's left to the organizers to decide on. All right, we see Depot taking his time, checking the tiles, making sure he's making no mistakes. From his perspective, there is DEIIOTUY blank on sin. That means there is TI in the bag. From his perspective, there are a ton of bingos that could still fit with the LOWN setup. So he has to be really careful. Yes, he doesn't know Diko as, so he doesn't know Kwame as EUOYID, which doesn't play any bingo right now, but still he needs to do everything right to make sure he wins this game.
Okay, I'm very interested for this end game. I really want to say because any mistake from any party would definitely take the lead to the next player.
True. So when Dikpo realizes that the tiles left in the bag could, yield a bingo. I'm curious to see how he's going to block that LOWN setup.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we know for sure Kwame doesn't have a bingo, but still, Dikpo has no idea, and he has to still, decide if I'm going for the Juarez, play my 54 points. If he has a bingo, he has it, and if he doesn't, then all fine and good. Or he's going to be paranoid enough to say, nah, I have to block that spot. I think the most interesting thing would see if Dikpo were to drop just one tile, seeing if Kwame can bingo right now. And the truth is, with ZAALIER on Dikpo's rack, dropping just a could yield some bingos in some scenarios. All right, we see Dikpo still analyzing the board, checking everywhere, looking at the scores, looking at the tiles left, and making sure he's not making any mistake. I'm really curious to see what will happen if Dikpo just plays an A somewhere, leaving RALIZE. We know for sure that there is T and I in the back. So let's say he picks the I, he's going to have like Rise as an out bingo, which is going to score quite well. Token LOWNE. So that is one way to think this game could go. But Kwame could also recognize that threat if Dikpo goes for a one-tile fish. Okay, we see Dikpo eventually making up his mind to play Wazir. This has to be a miss. Juarez in the same spot would score 50, and Wazir is scoring significantly less, only
Wow.
36 points. The thing is, if you've made up your mind that you're not going to block the setup, then the top choice would be to go for your highest point exactly. So I'm sure he's not seeing the Juarez. Now, the thing with Nazir is, yes, it slightly obstructs the LOWN, but with a hook like LOWNE or LOWND, it's still pretty easy to land a bingo there. All right, now we see Diko with LEATI and Kwame is left with EUOYID. Can't fish for any more tiles. The tile bag is empty.
The stop move would be to probably play Yod, just interlapping alongside Nazir, YODE, for 40 points.
Yes, that scores well and it looks scary. But the thing is, Depot can easily overlap that play and score in the 30s. So there really isn't
Exactly.
any winning move here for Kwame. But who knows, there might still be some errors made. The Nazir move looks, a bit questionable. Who knows? Depot plays another move that would give Kwame a chance. So let's see if more drama unfolds in this game. All right, we see the players reconciling the scores once more. Like I said, there's a lot of tension.
In this game,
Yes. You really can't blame the players for being this diligent. The registration for the last chance qualifier is $100, and missing out to play in the main event because of a rookie mistake would be something no one would want for themselves. So you can see each player looking through the scores, making sure it's accurate. But from our end here, all things being equal, Kwame should be on 357 to Dikbo's 388. Okay, we see Kwame taking his time, and we can't blame him. I think one of his options here is Dre, which is something he's doing here because YOD just gives way too much back
back
to
to
your
the
opponent.
opponent. Yeah, it's taking back Dre though. Maybe he's still contemplating on the best move to make. Okay, he's choosing to play Dewey instead. So Dewey scores 2 points more, 32 points, leaving OU high blank. Was left with TELIA. Now, a move that would make him finish this game would be playing through the end of Ringers by playing Entail for 14 points and definitely sealing his win for this round.
Yes, a very easy outplay here for Deepo is just to play out until, and you won't have to worry about any more plays from Kwame. All right, we see him playing EAT though.
Okay. EAT scores more for 27 points.
Right. We see the thought process for Dewey. He was hoping to play OURIE through the R in a zero. Thanks for pointing that out in the chat. But now we can simply play Sui and Gajos, which scores decently well and ends his turn.
Okay, so with L high left on Deepa's rack, you could easily play LI, just write
GI for 9 points.
9 points, and that has been committed.
All right, we're saying an end to this round. It had a lot of drama for anyone who has been following from the start. We've had some issues from the players, perhaps about a challenge or something. The miss by Kwame must have been really costly. Penfold was something he needed to find in that turn, but instead he played the phony end pole and it had to be challenged off.
But
Yes. I think you guys from Dipo came in clutch, very, very timely.
exactly.
Even though Geek was played to obstruct that spot, Dipo easily recognized that the Ugaris move still played there, and that gave him a sizable lead then.
Okay, so the final rack has been played and the last word has been laid down. And the final score is 405 for Kwame to Deepa's 426, sealing his win for this last round. We've witnessed pure determination from every players that have been fighting for the WESPAC main event spot tomorrow. So we've seen a lot of brilliant display of Scrabble excellence all round. So I think the from the standings, Team Iwoko stands victorious. On the ratings, he stands unbeaten. Wow, this is a very powerful feat with 8 wins and 0 losses. And Ojio Sikena coming in clutch with 7 wins and 1 loss. And then Jaja of Okobo from Zambia with 7 wins as well with 1 loss. And then in fourth place, we have Philip Mutinda of Kenya with
Wow.
6 wins and 2 losses. It's been an amazing, I've had an amazing time here with Excel watching these beautiful games. And I want to say a very big congratulations to all our qualifiers and to everyone who gave it their all.
Yes, well done to the players. I'm very surprised to see Philip Mutinda still clinch fourth place as at the standings right now because him and Daniel Machanje were leading the standings during like the first 5 games, but after his 2 losses, he went back down in the standings, and it's nice to see him back on top. We've seen some amazing play by Daniel too. He played a 9 timer, exulting, scoring 203 here live on the stream. It was such an exhilarating game, and I've seen marvelous players just come on and off on the stream. It's been so much fun streaming these games. And I promise you, it's going to be a lot more fun tomorrow as the WESPAC Championship is officially starting its main event tomorrow. Once again, we have former world champions like Nigel Richards, Adam Logan coming in to play the main event tomorrow.
All right, and with that, it is a wrap for the last chance qualifier. So stay tuned for the real battle tomorrow. I remain your humble commentator, Opeoluwa, along with Excel, and it's good night from us.
All
Thank you very
right. Good night,
much.
Africa. Good night, the world.